Blue 42! Blue 42! Hi!
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Madden NFL 2018. I am Steven Steffen. We are back in the Juan Madden Connected franchise Week 16, a huge game as we host the Cincinnati Bengals. We are 11-3. The Bengals are 7-6-1, and he might not even make the playoffs. So not sure what's going on with him, but for whatever reason, he has had our number, X-Dead Shot. He goes by Anthony. But we had our first game ever was in the divisional round. I'm sorry, it was in the wild card round in the playoffs in my first season ever. And I was defeating him 34-9 at the start of the fourth quarter in that playoff game. And he came back and won the game. We went to overtime, and he won the game in overtime. A hell of a game. I was still pretty salty about it, to be honest with you. But we played again the second season. This time I think I was 5-11 when we played. Had no playoff implications or anything, and was able to beat him by 2 touchdowns, I think. I think we won by 14. So that was an interesting game. And then we played again last season. The highlights are up, and he blew us out. So we came into that game with a pretty decent record, and he blew us out. So he has had our number for sure. This is a big game. We have to win out. I feel like the Chargers are going to win out. So if we do not win out, the Chargers will most likely win the division, and will be a 5 seed as opposed to a 2 seed, the way the NFL playoffs work. So let's get to the highlights. We pick it up halfway through the first quarter. It's going to be Andy Dalton looking for Tyler Eifert, but Brandon Marshall's all over it with the lurk for the interception. Broncos take over. Later in the drive, 3rd and 10, Lynch is going to find Devontae Booker wide open in the flats, and he is going to beat everybody to the end zone for the 42-yard touchdown reception. Broncos take a 7-0 lead. Pick it up in the second quarter. Bengals trying to respond. It's going to be Andy Dalton with the play fake. He's going to find A.J. Green to the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Bengals. The drive would stall out, however, and the Bengals would have to settle for this chip shot field goal by kicker Jake Elliott as the Broncos take a 7-3 lead. Broncos driving, 2nd and 15. Lynch is picked off by rookie Leon Sandcastle on the screen, and he will take it back for the pick 6 as the Bengals take a 10-7 lead at the 2-minute warning. Minute 8 left in the half. It's going to be Dalton looking for John Ross, but it's going to be intercepted by Aqib Talib. Broncos have a shot with a minute 4 left in the half. 42 seconds left. Broncos would take advantage of the interception as Lynch finds D'Angelo Henderson. He's going to get a few blocks and walks into the end zone for the touchdown as the Broncos take a 14-10 lead. Bengals trying to respond. 23 seconds left. It's going to be Dalton looking for Eifert, but Brandon Marshall is all over it for the Broncos with the interception with 16 seconds left. Broncos would add this 49-yard field goal by kicker Kai Forbath. It's good. Broncos take a 17-10 lead into the half. The second half would belong to the Bengals, however, as Joe Mixon takes the carry. He breaks it outside to the left, down the sideline for the long gain. DeCandrick Sherman is there for the Broncos to stop the touchdown, but 1st and goal, Bengals. Next play, it'll be Dalton handing it off to Frank Mullins. Takes it in for the touchdown as the Bengals cut it to 20-17. The Broncos would miss a field goal, giving the Bengals the ball back. It's going to be Andy Dalton finding speedster John Ross on the corner route in for the touchdown
as the Bengals take a 24-20 lead. The game would come down to this: 4th and 1 on the 22, 2 minutes left in the game. Paxton Lynch trying to convert to keep the drive alive. He's going to look for Jake Butt, but throws it way off target. The Bengals hold on to defeat the Broncos for the second straight season, 24-20. So there you have it, another one in the books, and frustrating loss, but for whatever reason, he has our number. We had a 20-10 lead on him and blew it. Hats off to him, a great game. He outscored us 14-3 in the second half, and that was the difference. So couldn't stop Joe Mixon there in the second half. He kind of went off, did a good job of stopping his pass, but just couldn't get the win. So unfortunately, we need a loss from the Chargers to win the division. Looks like we're going to be the 5 or the 6 seed in the playoffs. Probably will face the Jets in a rematch from last year. But we'll see. We got one more game left. We play in Seattle against the CPU. My buddy Kevin was that team. Unfortunately, he's no longer in the league as several GIR members decided to quit one Madden. So that'll be a CPU game. We'll see how that works out. But this was a big loss. This pretty much gives the division to the Chargers. So we'll see how it all plays out. But we'll go 11-4. We play the Seattle Seahawks next. That is a CPU game. Those highlights will probably be up later this week. On the GIR side, we had some technical difficulties. We did play week 1 against the Steelers. What a game it was, but unfortunately, I did not record it. Had an issue with hitting the record button. It didn't actually record the game. So that was a bummer. We won 16-15, and it was a classic figures. So unfortunately we did not get to record that, but we will play week 2 against the Panthers, and I'll make sure that one records, and hopefully those highlights will be up later this week as well. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.